Good morning, students. In today's class, I will be explaining about data types in C++. Data types are the fundamental concept of any programming language. Let it be C, C++, Java, and whatever may be the language, every language supports some data types. In our previous class, we discussed about what are variables and constants. Variables are nothing but identifier whose value can change during the execution of the program. On the other hand, constant represent fixed quantity whose value does not change during the execution of the program. We also studied how variables are declared in C++. The general syntax is data type followed by one blank space, then the variable names one by one separated by comma. And C++ support several types of constants. So what are all the constants available in C also we discussed in our previous class. The different types of constants available in C++ are integer constant, float constant, character constant, and string constant. Integer constant support several subcategories such as decimal integer constant, octal integer constant, hexadecimal integer constant, long integer constant, and unsigned integer constant. The main objective of today's class is to introduce the concept of data types in C++, the different categories of data types available in C++, and the modifiers of various basic data types, and along with the range of value supported by the various basic data types. After attending today's class, you will be in a position to understand what do you mean by data types, why data types are required in programming, what are all the different data types available in C++, what do you mean by a modifier of a data type, and what are the modifiers available in C++ for basic data type, and the range of values of various basic data type, and the purpose of different data types in C++ programming. Data type specifies the type of value a variable can take. If the variable takes some integer number, it is considered as one data type. If the variable takes only character type, it is considered as another data type. So generally, data types tells the type of the value a variable can take. Similar to C, C++ is also rich in its data type. C++ also supports several data types. Almost all the data types available in C are available in C++ also. So the same basic data types available in C are available in C++. The different data types available in C++ are broadly classified into three: built-in data type, user-defined data type, and derived data type. Built-in data type is also known as basic data type. Some of the basic data types available in C language are int, float, char, and void type. And the user-defined data type is one which is created by the user when the basic data types are not enough for his programming. C++ support four different user-defined data types, namely structures, union, class, and enumerated data type. And the data types which are created from the basic data type, we call it as a derived data type. Example, arrays, functions, and pointers are the derived data types in C++. Let us study these data types one by one in detail. The first basic data type is int. Int is nothing but signed whole number without decimal point. Why it is called signed whole number means the int data type can have either a plus sign or a minus sign, and no fractions are allowed, no decimal point is allowed. Every computer memory has certain word size. So int data type takes 2 bytes or 4 bytes depending on the word size of your machine. If your machine word size is 16-bit, then int takes 16 bits or 2 bytes. Or if your machine is a 32-bit machine, in that case, int takes 4 bytes. Int data type supports 4 different modifiers, namely short, long, unsigned, and signed. In all the machine, whether your machine is a 16-bit machine or a 32-bit machine, the modifier short int always takes 2 bytes and the long int always takes 4 bytes. Let us see the range of value int data type takes. In case of 16-bit machine, that too For an signed int category, out of the available 16 bit, 1 bit is used for sign and the remaining 15 bits are used for magnitude. Hence, the range of int in a 16-bit machine is minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. That is equivalent to minus 2 to the power of 15 to plus 2 to the power of 15 minus 1. In case of signed int, in a 16-bit machine, all the 16 bits are used for magnitude only because there is no question of positive or negative. There is no sign at all. So the range of unsigned int in a 16-bit machine is 0 to 65,535. That is equivalent to 0 to 2 to the power of 16 minus 1. In case of 32-bit machine, for a signed int, out of 32 bit, 1 bit is used for sign and remaining 31 bits are used for magnitude. In that case, range will be from minus 2 to the power of 31 to plus 2 to the power of 31 minus 1. In case of unsigned int, in a 32-bit machine, all the 32 bits are used for magnitude only. There the range is from 0 to 2 to the power of 32 minus 1. The second basic data type or built-in data type is float type. Float data type represent numbers with both decimal point and fractional point. In all the machine, any variable of float data type takes 4 bytes. Float data type support 2 different modifiers. It could be a double and long double. A double data type, any variable of double data type takes 8 bytes and any variable of long double type takes 10 bytes of memory. A variable declared as float type allows 6 digits of precision. That means for a float variable, you can have 6 digits after the decimal point. Whereas a double type variable allows 14 digits of precision. That means double type is more precise and more accurate when compared to float data. The range of values for float data type is 3.4 e to the power of minus 38 to 3.4 e to the power of plus 38. The range of double data type is 1.7 e to the power of minus 308 to 1.7 e to the power of plus 308. E stands for in 10 to the power of. So in case of float, it is 3.4 into 10 to the power of minus 38. It's a very, very small number. And 3.4 into 10 to the power of plus 38. It's a very big number. So float data type and double data type are used to represent a very small real number and a very large real number. But compared to float, double is more accurate. So in the smaller is also we can represent very, very small negative, very, very small negative number. At the same time, we can represent a very, very big positive real number. The third basic data type is char data type. Char data type takes only 1 byte of memory. It supports 2 modifiers, signed and unsigned. In case of signed, out of 8 bits, 1 bit is used for sign and remaining 7 bits are used for magnitude. Whereas in case of unsigned char, all the 8 bits will be used for magnitude only. Hence, the range of signed char is minus 128 to plus 127. Minus 128 is equal to minus 2 to the power of 7 and plus 127 is equal to 2 to the power of 7 minus 1. The range of unsigned char is 0 to 255, which is equal to 0 to 2 to the power of 8 minus 1. The last basic data type under the built-in data type category is void. Generally, in your C programming, you have used void when you are writing functions. So in C++ also, void denotes the return type of a function when it is not returning any value. If there is a function called f and the function is not returning any value, in that case, you can, before writing the function name, you specify as void f within the parentheses, you specify the arguments. Void data type has no modifiers. If there is assume that there is a function called f which takes no argument, at the same time does not return any value, means then its prototype looks like void f within the bracket void. So before the function name, if you write void, that denote the function is not returning any value. Within the in the argument place, if you write void, means the function is not accepting any argument. The main advantage of void pointer is used for the declaration of generic pointer. A generic pointer is one for which the value of any other pointer, the pointer of any other data type can be assigned to a void pointer. Example, you take this declaration void star p1. Here, void star p1 denote p1 is a generic pointer and int star p2 denote p2 is an integer pointer. So the next statement p1 equal to p2 assigns p2, which is of integer data type, to p1, which is declared as a void or generic pointer. That is the main use of void data type. C++ support 4 defined user-defined data type. A user-defined data type is one which is created by the user when the basic data type are not enough for writing the complete program. Some of the user-defined data type available in C++ are class. In our first or second class, I explained the concept of class. Class is nothing but a template for creating object. Every class specifies what data and what functions are included in the object that we are going to create later. Structure. Structure you already studied in your C language. Structure is a user-defined data type which represents collection of the element, also called as collection of member, which may be of different data type. In case of structure, memory is allocated separately for each and every member. Union. Union is very much similar to structure. So union is also collection of related data items of heterogeneous type. The difference between a structure and a union is, in case of structure, memory is reserved separately for each and every member. Whereas in case of union, all the members share the same allocated memory. So since memory is allocated separately for each and every member in case of structure, you can preserve the value of every member at a time. Whereas in the case of union, since all the members share the same memory allocated, only one member is accessible at any time. The concept of structure and union you studied already in your C programming. Same concept is applicable for C++ also. There is no change in the concept of structures and union in both C and C++. The last data type under the user-defined category is enumerated type. Enumerated data type is one which provides a way for attaching names to number. That means for every name, for every number, you are giving one particular name. We will study enumerated data type in this class in detail. So enumerated data type is a user-defined data type which provides a way for attaching names to number. So generally, the keyword enum is used for declaring enumerated data type. Consider the two examples: enum month, Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, etc. So if here we have 6 different names. So if you want to attach some numbers for these names, then we can use enumerated data type. So here we are not indicating any number to the name. The system automatically allocates some number for each and every member. So each and every member of an enumerated data type, we call it as enumerated enumerators. So here the first enumerator is Jan. The system automatically assigns the number 0. The next enumerator takes the value 1. March takes the value 2, and so on. So every enumerator, they are basically their name. System automatically allocate or automatically assign some number for each and every enumerator. The second example, the data type, enumerated data type name is color, and the enumerators are violet, indigo, brown, green, yellow, orange, red. So here the first enumerator automatically takes the value 0, indigo 1, brown 2, and so on. That means in C++, by default, the first enumerator takes the value 0, and the next enumerator will take the value 1 more than the previous enumerator value. But if you want, you can change the value of any enumerator for any of your user-defined constant. For example, month, Jan equal to 5, Feb, March, April, May, June, etc. In this case, what happens is, since the first enumerator itself takes the value 5 May, the next enumerator Feb takes the value 6, March takes the value 7, and so on. So enumerated purpose is, initially the enumerators are nothing but names. The system automatically allocates or assigns some integer constant to every enumerator. So that is a way of providing attaching names to numbers. Let us take what are the derived data type. A derived data type is one which is derived from the existing data type. So C++ support three different derived data types. They are arrays, functions, and pointer. Array, we know it's a group of logically related data item of homogeneous data type or same data type, and they share a common name. The elements of an array are stored in consecutive memory location, and the individual elements in an array is accessed by using what is called a subscript or index. If any element of an array is accessed using single subscript, it's called as a one-dimensional array. If you're accessing it using two subscript, it is two-dimensional array. Then if it is accessed using three subscript, it is called as a three-dimensional array. If it is accessed using m dimension, it's called as an m-dimensional array. So array, what are the different operations in array? All these things you have already learned in your C programming. Nothing new in C++. The next derived data type is functions. Function are nothing but subprogram which perform a specific task. Every function has a name attached with it. So that name is given by the user only. The last derived data type is called a pointer. Pointer, I'm going to explain the concept of pointer in one of the session in detail. So here we will study we just understand what is the meaning of pointer. Pointer is a variable which holds the address of another variable. Why they are called derived data type means they are derived from the existing data type. For example, if it's an array of integer means already integer is a basic data type. You put several such basic type integer together, it becomes integer array. Similarly, char is a basic data type. We put several character, it becomes an array of character, also called as string. So I think, hope you have understood what I have explained in today's class. In today's class, we basically discussed about the concept of data type. What do you mean by a data type? What is the purpose of data type in a programming? What are the categories of data type available in C++? And what are the modifiers and the range of value for basic data type and the example for each of these data types. So based on today's class, in your examination, some of the questions that may appear are explain the various data types in C++, discuss the basic data types with their modifiers and range, write a note on enumerated data type, explain briefly user-defined data types in C++, explain derived data types in C++. So whenever the question is about the explanation, then you have to give the complete description along with suitable example also. Because all the explanation question will be for 5 marks and more. So I have framed some simple 5 multiple choice question based on today's class. Which of the following is a user-defined data type? So array, class, pointer, and function. The correct answer is class because array, pointer, and functions are derived type. The correct answer is B. What is the range of shortint? We know that in all the machine, shortint takes only 2 bytes. In that case, the range is minus 2 to the power of 15 to 2 to the power of 15 minus 1. That's equal to minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. The correct answer is C. Array is a dash type. Array is a derived type. So the correct answer is B. Number of digits of precision for double data type is 6. For float type, it is 6. And for double type, it is 14. The correct answer is C. Identify the wrong statement. By default, the first enumerator value is 1. No, by default, the first enumerator value is 0. Class is a user-defined data type. Correct. Enum is a user-defined data type. That's also correct. Signed is a modifier for char type because char support 2 modifiers, both signed and unsigned. So the correct answer is A. So hope you have enjoyed and understood the topic that I have covered in today's class. Still, if you have any doubt, you can send your queries to my WhatsApp number or send your questions to my email ID or post your comment in the comment section. Comment means it need not be only your doubts. Even you can write something about the quality of the class also, quality of the video lecture also. Thank you.